Hey ladies, check this out.
What is that? Holy!
Yeah.
Why is it so big?
It's gigantic, right?
It's huge!
It's gigantic, I know.
You like
Holy,
that?
why is that so huge?
It's too big for you to handle, yes.
Welcome to the Sockscast, the future of disappointment. This is episode 177. It's coming straight at them precious little ear holes of yours. And before we get started, you guys already know it's getting to be that time. You know it. You can feel it. It's in the air. The excitement, the electric is already happening. I've had a number of people already message me and asking. That's right.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. The year's winding down and things are spinning up. And we're just giving you a little heads up here to let you know that we will be announcing the Game of the Year 2025 submissions the first week of November. So that'll be on the site. It'll go out as an audio podcast on the feed, and we'll be going over the details proper the next time we're together. So if you're even vaguely tuned into us somehow, like you'll know it's live. So get them list making brains ready, people. It's down to the wire. It's going to be the most contentious year ever, I imagine. A lot of
Absolutely. We always bicker a lot about.
We bicker. We throw chairs. So much drywall has to be replaced after every one of those episodes. It's really
we all
ridiculous.
argue about what like the official game of the year for SMPS should be, because we all have like we always do like okay, I'm trying to spin this into a joke about us doing like an official game of the year podcast where we actually talk about games that come out this year, and we like pick one instead of us just making a list of like 10 completely unrelated games.
Right. But yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. We're all as jazzed for it as you are. I definitely. I've still got one more game coming out this year that I want to play that I think may sneak in.
Excellent.
So we will see.
At the buzzer in November.
Literally right at the buzzer. It's coming out this week, and I'm very excited for it. So, but yeah, we'll be going over all that stuff starting next time we're together. So how's everybody doing? We all loosey goosey. We're doing this one on a Sunday evening, and this is like old. Yeah. This is like old episode energy. This is like, oh yeah, we are just all we're in for the night.
God, we did used to do it Sunday evening.
We used to do Sunday evenings, and that's like literally the end of your weekend. So you spend the whole damn weekend being like, I got a podcast to do. It's like having a doctor's appointment at 3:30.
Absolutely, that's how I always feel about it. So longtime listeners here for the last few episodes may know that I've been in my coffee era. So I've been drinking a big ol' oat milk latte right before the episodes, and my body is not used to that. So it's like a big blast, and I've been really coming in hot.
Oh!
This time I tried something different. I took a nap for an hour. And woke up immediately before the episode.
Is it one of those good naps where you feel rested, or you were like, I don't know that I should have done that?
Well, I don't believe in bad naps. I believe all naps are going to be good for me ultimately, but I do feel
nap is good eventually.
I feel, I still feel woozy right now, even if so this is going to be kind of like our NPR episode from John. It's going to be kind of a, hey everyone.
Good evening and welcome.
Good evening
to Sockscast Theater. To my immediate virtual right, he'll rip your face off and wipe his ass with it. It's Rhete.
Oh yeah, that's definitely the energy I bring all the time. You know it.
Don't know a single person that's not intimidated by little old Rhete over there. Our goodest boy.
Most intimidating. The most
intimidating.
It's true.
Yeah. But you're here for the Sunday vibes. You're here. We're ready to roll this thing. I think we're excited.
Well, for me, at least, it's not usually the end of my weekend because I stay up till 5
Yeah,
a.m.
you are. You still
it's really my day's kind of still starting.
Yeah, you've got a good 12 hours in you. Yeah. So Yeah, you're probably the one with the highest amount of energy. Like, I have been incredibly busy over the last couple of weeks, and I'm blah, blah, blah. But we're going to do it, man. We're going to roll through. To my immediate virtual left, he's married.
Oh, that's true. Hi.
It's John Dyer.
Yep.
Yeah, you did the thing. Good job. Congratulations. Now you can shut up about it.
Feels good.
All right, so then we got your coffee in you. You got your nap. Everybody's feeling good.
Gotta get my marriage energy.
Yeah, you got your marriage energy. Yeah.
New wife guy energy.
Going to be using that content emote for the next 2 years and gonna love it.
Yep. Pure joy.
We're absolutely, everybody's happy for you. And I think, like the server lit up pretty big, I think.
It was really cute. It was really sweet.
Well,
everyone
it was
really
also
nice to
John's
me.
birthday for
And
a
it was
week.
also, John just gets a fucking birthday week, I guess.
Beam, content emoji.
Always works out for the straight white guy.
I am not straight. I know that much.
All right, so let's get into things. Rhete.
Oh, we're starting with me.
Yeah, check it out. Heads up. Heads up, bitch.
Oh, boy.
On the ball. Let's go. You got the most energy. You got to get us awake.
Do I? Oh, geez, if I'm the high energy one today, that's
You got to excite us. You've got to excite us.
Oh, no.
Pull us in.
Okay, so I had a little story to start with. So speaking of game of the year, so I think John was hinting towards like the community, like whatever gets the most votes.
Yeah.
Like the community winner of each year. And I was thinking, so what's that going to be for us, huh? And I've been having this thought to myself Friday night driving to Domino's Pizza. It was right after you had messaged me about it, like, hey, we're going to announce it and stuff. So game of the year is on my mind. And I think, I think in our community specifically, it's not going to be Expedition 33.
Yeah.
Even though literally every other website is going to be mentioning it.
I think we will get a good handful.
There will
of
be
mentions.
some for sure.
Yeah.
It's not like a total no-show, but we three haven't played it.
No,
that's
you
true.
know? So I'm like, okay, so if it's not that, there was some other game that I think is going to be a clear favorite. And it's just escaping my mind. So anyways, I walk into the Domino's Pizza and they have a chalkboard on the left. And usually it has things written on it like manager special and like maybe some doodles by kids. This week there's a chalk drawing of Hornet and the Knight from Silk Song. And I go, oh,
What in the
right.
world? What in the world? Why didn't you take a picture of that? That would have been fun.
I'm too shy, and I was by the time I noticed it, I was also holding the pizza, so I'm just like, oh.
You can't pizza and picture at the same time. That's literally
you
against the
can't.
law. That's against the law.
And like, the employees had already started talking to each other, because I was going to be like, oh my god, Silk Song.
yeah.
But just seeing it out in the wild like that, while I'm specifically thinking about Game of the Year, was freaking weird.
Like
That's very funny.
Oh, shit's gone mainstream, huh?
Silk Song behind you with a knife following you around. You start seeing signs.
There are hornets everywhere, but those with the eyes to see.
You like that joke?
That's real good. That's real good.
I just couldn't believe running it into the wild for the first time ever.
That's crazy. Yeah.
That's really funny because I opened up Backlog and looked at release year 2025.
Oh, yeah.
Sort by popularity. Number 1, Expedition 33. Number 2, Silk Song.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of the one.
Number 3, Deltarune. Not a finished game.
Not a finished game, yeah.
But also, I'm not sure how many people in our community played it.
Yeah, it was weirdly quiet around that game.
Yeah.
I know some people did.
It's definitely huge.
Yeah,
It's definitely huge.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know about like our community.
Yeah.
I think Silk Song
broke the internet for a week.
But Silk Song brought down every gaming platform.
All of them at once.
I know.
So, yeah.
Oh, God. Okay, the three I don't recognize from like the top 15 are Peak, Repo, and Split Fiction, and they are all online co-op games.
Those first two are streamer bait.
Yeah, I mean, Friend Swap.
Peak and Repo are literally the ones that Friend Swap was invented for.
There's
Okay, that's what I thought.
Split Fiction is from, they've done other co-op games. Oh, I forget the name.
Oh, It Takes Two and a Way Out. I've heard of these.
Yeah, that's kind of actually a AAA one.
That's their pedigree. Oof. They've been doing that for years. So
From the creators of Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons?
Your favorite.
Oh my God. I just was Googling these guys the other day and saw that they had like, No, wait. It was the Limbo people had like a big falling out, and there's like a lawsuit now about it. I don't know about the Starbreeze, but economic problems and restructuring 2018 to present. Okay, Starbreeze seems rough.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not.
It's very distant to what we're actually talking about.
Sure.
Well, yeah, I think the creators' brothers are at a different studio working on these new games, and so this is not the same studio, but it's similar, some content, creative overlap, and I don't care about any of it. So,
Anyway, so
yeah.
It's so fun when we talk about like the AAA scene and just none of us have any idea really.
Monster Hunter Wilds came out this year.
I know this list.
right.
The more you go, it's like, did anybody play any of these?
I
like,
am so
Blueprints,
divorced
Hades
from.
2?
We are so hipster and divorced
Everybody
from the
played
mainstream.
Blueprints. Tons of people played Blueprints and then just played it, and everyone was like, for like the week after it came out, they were like, "Oh my god, this is amazing! This is so good!" And then like 2 or 3 months later, I hear people that are like, "Boy, I'm really getting tired of playing Blueprints."
Roguelike
Maybe I
puzzle
hope I can
game.
finish it sometime.
Probably not a great idea.
Probably seems like the worst possible premise for a thing, but I guess other people are having fun. Seems like the most John Poison thing possible.
God,
but I guess people are having fun. Ugh, God,
we're getting the spicy takes out before Game of the Year.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Just so you know
If you
what
want
you
to put
won't be
Blueprints on your
hearing about.
list,
Yeah.
go right ahead. We won't
I
judge.
mean, go for it. It's people I trust liked Blueprints. That was like, do we have to play every 100-hour puzzle game that comes out?
John, you don't even play 100-hour puzzle game that comes out. I think this is the only actual 100-hour one. Void Stranger's not that long.
Void Stranger's only like 60 hours.
Yeah, it's only like 50 to 60. It depends on how smart you are.
Yeah, great. So 100 hours for me because I'm a big dummy. All right, whatever.
Anyways, I feel like resetting.
We'll see where the chips fall.
Yep. So, Rhete, what you been up to?
So, anyways, Game of the Year. I'm scared now because, I've been playing a lot of long games, and usually it's like one a month.
Yeah.
And, you end up with 10 at the end of the year, and you go, okay, here are the 10 games I played. This time I played 3 bangers. So now I'm like, looking at my list and going, this is going to be real tight. The fucking sink there.
Yep.
Beautiful. So I played the RPG remake of a beloved classic. I figured it was going to come up on this podcast eventually because everyone was super hyped for this. I played Witchspring R.
Ooh, yes. Tell me about this.
So I haven't played the original. It's a phone game that John played and then barely remembers anything about.
Yeah. I loved Witchspring 3. That was my big, and then I played 1 and 2 and had a good time, but I really loved 3. It sounds like this is a very expanded,
it's very different
thing.
from 1 at least.
Yes.
Even I was trying to piece together how these games went. Have you played Witchspring 4?
I haven't played 4 yet. I have it on my phone. I wanted to play it at the time, and then that was the first time I noticed that the new iOS update makes it so that you have a bar at the bottom of the screen at all times that you can't dispel. And I was so mad about it, I didn't play Witchspring 4.
I kind of get it though.
Yeah, but I figured out a way around that. You have to activate parent lock mode, and then it hides the bar. So I did that with a few games, but at a certain point, I was like, this stops me from changing the volume or taking screenshots, and it's really annoying. So then I just started dealing with the bar. So that's been my arc with iPhone gaming.
They disabled full screen. That's dire.
It's not. I don't like phone gaming's gotten rough. All right, continue.
So opening hour of this game is interesting because you can kind of feel the mobile game. I guess it technically is a mobile game. I'm not even using that derogatory, but the story is extremely, extremely loose at the start, where you play as this witch named Pieberry, and she wants to collect pies, and she hunts down people with pies. And there's a tinge of is there something darker here going on? Because all the opening stuff is go into third person mode to shoot arrows at birds to hunt the meat. And then when you hunters or like warriors from the castle will come and harass her, and then when she defeats them, she gets a pie that they were carrying, and I'm just like, is she like ripping out their organs or something? And then no, it's just that the game is very like cheeky and like they're carrying pies as rations. There's nothing actually dark going on, but then there's like a Pokemon-ish mechanic where you can capture animals, and it's just done via a brainwashing spell. Like, they just straight up say that.
Oh, okay.
And it's just like beat enemies until they're at like 30% health, and then if the brainwashing spell like finishes them off, they just join your party. And it's
fabulous.
It's kind of funny.
It's a little, like maybe what's the difference between that and capturing monsters in balls and forcing them to live in there all the time, unless you want them to do your bidding.
Ooh, really hot take there, Polly. Pokemon sinister.
So the first chapter, you're just going around like towards the start of a bunch of different dungeons, and then some story beats will happen, and then you can kind of progress deeper into each dungeon path if you want optionally, but it's kind of interesting because it's like all the systems in this game are different from how I'm used to JRPGs acting, because you don't level up. There's like a full like meter over the course of the game that does give you stat bonuses, but it's like 5 over the entire course of the game. Most leveling is either done via a training minigames or like just straight up items that give you stats. Right. And so early on, it's a lot of training. And I was like obsessing over the math in the training because there's like strength, defense, agility, magic, MP, HP, all these different stats on each training regimen. And I'm like, agility is only raised on these 2. Defense is only raised on one of them. So like those are the priority stats. Oh, but I really want to go the mage path. And then the mage paths are like 4 different variations of raises MP, raises int, and I'm just like, one of these is just clearly worse than the others. I don't understand. Where it's like, I don't know, I like was parsing the numbers, like if you take this one 5 times, you'll get this, and if you take this one 5 times, you'll just be down 15 int, and like, why is it like that?
That's
But eventually and then early on, I find these enemies that drop a crafting item that will raise your defense, and I'm just like, can I just farm this forever? And the answer is yes. So I never actually had to do the defense training. I just every once in a while would just go to this island, kill these 3 blue crabs, craft some more stuff, and it's just, there's a weird loop to it. And I was also playing on the highest difficulty, and I don't think that was available at launch because everyone was like, hey, don't worry about it. This game's piss easy. It was not super easy for me. Like, Chapter 1 was definitely like, because it's, most RPGs you have parties. In this, you do have your, brainwashed animal pets, but they don't have HP. Everything targets you no matter what.
Okay.
And you're very squishy at the start. And a lot of the fights over the course of the game feel designed that enemy attacks will just get stronger as the fight goes on. So you're really encouraged to end things as quickly as possible. So how you build your character is definitely, you can't just go full like defensive mode and just kind of will them down, because eventually I had a boss towards the end, I had like 3,000 HP, and I'm like, well, there's no way they're going to hit me for 3,000 HP in one turn because my area wasn't up. And then they hit for like 3,300. I'm like, wow. And that was after like starting that chapter with 2,000 HP and grinding up to 3,000 just in absolute case. So like, and then it still happened where I got one-shotted at the end of a fight. So Chapter 1, very loose story, like finding pies, cute witch stuff. And then from Chapter 2 on, it just becomes like a very involved JRPG, like tons of story, tons of characters, not a whole lot of dungeons. Like a lot of the dungeons are further extensions of the ones you find in Chapter 1. And I just had a really good time with it, though, because it was just a good story, good characters. I'm just not sure how to describe it. Like, it's a very interesting game because it does kind of its own thing systems-wise. But I was really pleased with the story and characters. And there's one arc that made me cry a bunch, and then one character I do think got done a little dirty, which was unfortunate, but it's juggling a lot of things because what I learned afterwards is that Witch Spring 2 is like the same setting as the first game, but it's told from a different character's perspective. And the original game, the original Witch Spring 1 was like way more simulation focused where you have 100 days.
Yes, it was very like very minimal atelier basically.
And there's like 10 endings or something, so it's like defeat the Pope or don't.
Or don't.
Yeah.
That's like the tagline is like do all this cool stuff or don't, or just stay in the opening forest for 100 days. So I think John said he got like the did nothing ending or a bad ending basically.
Yeah.
I think only 2 of the endings actually go to the post game in that one. And then Witch Spring 2 and then is basically the same story from a different character's perspective, but immediately way more linear and dropping the time crunch stuff. And
interesting.
I assume Witch Spring 3 and 4 are just even more like standardized JRPGs.
Very much in the way the Atelier games kind of weaned off of that time system a bit.
Especially in like
the Ryza game. The Ryza games just didn't have it at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a really good time with Witch Spring R. This year, this game came out in 2023 originally. This year, they added like the post game epilogue DLC for free. So there's like a couple more hours of like walking around the world and talking to everybody, and I think it did a good job having like resolving some plot lines that were kind of left dangling by the main game's ending. Yeah, the main game's ending, though, it did go really hard, and I think that's going to be a theme in this episode, is I like it when games just go really big and over the top in ways you just don't expect coming.
Do you?
Excellent.
Yeah, I think that's kind of my thing, really.
That's a big thing, yeah. I like that.
It was kind of funny because the last dungeon in this, instead of doing the Trails thing of, like, the big tower with, 5 floors and you fight one villain on each floor at the end, it kind of does that, but those are the only fights. Like, there's no, like, kind of filler fights and dungeoning. It's just like, okay, 5 bosses in a row, let's go. Like, when I killed the last boss, I wasn't even sure if I was done because the cinematics, like, kept going so hard. I'm just like, what is happening in this game? Like, gods are coming down. There's fights between dragons.
This game always seems so frilly and nice and pleasant. And then it just, okay. It sounds like something I might need to have a further inspection of at some point.
Well, I mean, Witch Spring 3 made me cry. It got me there.
I hope
it was jank as hell, but it got me there.
I wonder if they'll ever do because I don't think they could remake Witch Spring 2, given that it's like those characters are in this one. Because I could tell, like, there's another witch character. Oh, she has a boyfriend who is, like, barely developed in this game. So it feels like that's pulling from some lore. I don't know. So then when I read about Witch Spring 2, I'm like, it literally is. Okay.
Interesting.
So, yeah, in Witch Spring 2, you play as Luna, who shows up at, like, practically the 11th hour in this game. Oh, nice. Like, you think you're going to get to know her the whole time, and then she's just off doing her own thing for 80% of the game. Like, I see. There's a whole other game over there. Yeah, that's but crazy. Maybe they'll remake Witch Spring 3. Maybe they'll go out of business. I don't know. Oh, yeah, when you beat the game, the credits are like, directed by one name, art by one name, story by this one same person. It's like, it's super got that solo dev energy.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Even though obviously like the art and music stuff, like there's more names in the credits, but like the first 5 roles are all the same person. I thought, that's so cute.
We loved it. Like, we love to see it.
Just wanting to make the definitive version of their original story.
Oh, this is so cool. I'm so happy.
It was a really cool journey. And then the other game I played, Jesus, I hate that I have to look at my own backlog. Oh, right. So earlier in the year, I played Ace Attorney Investigations.
Yay! Okay, so this is the one where Ace Attorney 2 Investigations 2 is like the one that people say is hot shit.
Yeah.
So, but the original came out on the DS in America, or like the West, in 2009 or so. And then the sequel never got localized.
No.
That's the big thing here.
Interesting.
It's very funny that like there was so much clamor for that second game, and Capcom just never even looked at it.
Apparently, there was a fan translation. I have no idea when that was.
That came out in like 2011 or 12, I think. But yeah, I downloaded that at some point to my Cyclo DS.
Cool. So yeah, maybe that cut off any further interest in actually localizing
that
it.
would.
Plus, the 3DS was out at that point and bombing in 2011. But the word is on the street has always been like, oh, this is the best one. You know, one of the best Ace Attorney games. It's tragic that they only localized 1 and not 2.
Yeah.
So I talked about 1 in like my experience with the first game in March or so. And just said how, boy, that game just put me to sleep the whole time. Just like, it just drags on. I just didn't find it interesting. So I played 2, and oh my god, what a turnaround! It's so much better.
The turns table
It genuinely is.
It's a real turnabout.
The legendary turnabout. Because right from the first case, I'm like, oh, they twisted this in a way that I didn't expect. And like was already more intrigued and interested in where the story was going. And then it just keeps escalating from there. Like the second case is good, maybe a bit crazy with like shenanigans, like, oh, the body was moved this way. I'm going, okay. Like, I thought I was at the end. I thought we'd found the culprit. And then there was like a whole nother day left. I'm just like, boy, they keep going and then they keep subverting your expectations. The third case is super long. It might be the longest one because it's also a flashback where you get to play as Edgeworth's dad for a bit, and you get to go through the final case he worked on.
Oh, nifty!
And you're up against Von Karma.
Oh wow! Bringing the boy back.
They bring him back. They tie into how that first game went in places. So then finally, as Edgeworth in the present, you get to solve that last case that your dad left hanging. And that's like super satisfying.
Very
and then
cool.
Cases 4 and 5, of course, also go very hard. And the fifth case especially is like when you realize that all of this is connected. All 5 cases in this game are deeply interconnected. It's fucking crazy.
Feels good.
Yeah.
God, that feels so good.
So yeah, it's just a really, really strong visual novel. The gameplay of these games is nothing really to write home about at this point. I probably think it's a little easier than the first one. I didn't feel like I really got stuck on anything that much. They do add a new minigame from the first one, and it's so funny because it just feels like an Ouroboros of like, oh, this reminds me of so-and-so because it's kind of it's called mind chess, and like it's very similar to the Cyclops of Ace Attorney, except you don't have to actually have evidence. You're just trying to trick the opponent into saying something like that they don't mean to reveal.
Yeah, you're trying to get them to implicate themselves.
Yeah. So it's just on varied dialogue choices, and it's just incredibly similar to a minigame in 100 Line, where you're also doing a persuasion thing. So both of them are just making me go, oh, this is like a Danganronpa minigame. And I'm sure Danganronpa was probably actually inspired by, Ace Attorney was doing. So it's just funny feeling
seeing
like
that
a full circle.
Seeing that whole human centipede happen.
Yeah, beautiful way to put it.
Of course.
Yeah, so I've got 2 more contenders for Game of the Year, and I'm going, uh-oh.
Oh, man. Yeah,
How many spots do I have? 15? 15 sounds good. 15, I should be able to fit everything I want on here.
It's always painful when you got to break out the knife and start making those cuts.
Oh, geez.
Oh, that's funny.
How many like multiple game entries can I put on a single?
I mean,
we've really pushed the limit there.
I've pushed.
lately.
I mean, I put 4 Cold Steel games on a tier once.
That was pretty
really
indulgent.
excessive.
It's pretty indulgent, and Game of the Year is always very lax, I think.
Yeah.
So long as you're not just like, Ace Attorney Investigations and Me-Side. Yeah, I'm putting these at number 7.
100 Line in this. They're basically the same thing.
Sure.
No, I won't do that, but There's going to be some honorable mentions this year for sure.
Good. Excellent.
And then I played one more thing, but we're going to save that for later.
Ooh.
There's a guy in Super Punch Out that does that. Ooh, ooh. I can't remember who it is. Is it Bob Charlie? He just goes ooh, ooh, while dancing around the ring and like
I haven't played Super Punch Out, so I have no idea.
Playing with his nipples and just ooh, ooh. I don't know. Like Super Punch Out's pretty cool. I think I still prefer the original though.
Yeah, I like the Wii one.
The Wii one's really good. The Wii one is unreasonably good.
Yeah, it really is.
I really ought to play those. Mm-hmm. I played the NES game, of course, but mostly, but I haven't gotten to the other ones yet.
Cool.
So John.
Yeah.
Fred, you've been playing some games, plural.
Video games.
Guess who's in short form era?
Oh shit! If I wasn't a lazy fuck, I would have put some big old reverb behind that.
Form era. No more long games. No more TV. No more anything. We here's what I've done in October. I played Excise, the really good freeware game.
Oh, hell yeah. That game's very good.
Nice.
I had a really good time with that. I read like 20 short stories. Mm-hmm. Just was like, I'm interested in this form. I like writing it. I like digging into it. Mm-hmm. And I just threw through a ton of them just from like the last 150 years of short stories. I just read a bunch of them. It was really satisfying. And then I played a little Steam game. It's called, callback. Ooh. This is from the creator of Electhead, I think Numa Takahashi.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about.
Uh-huh. I really, really liked it. It's like, so this is, for the first time in my life, I used the terminology Metroidvania because it actually made sense to me. It's an awful terminology.
Boo this man. If you see him in chat, fucking boo him.
So it's and it's Nama Takahashi, and with an umlaut.
Yeah.
Umlaut? The two dots over the O.
So it looks like a little worm.
It looks like the little caterpillar that is also the head of the game. And the caterpillar, its two body segments are also bombs that you can place, and then they can ascend you vertically, and you can carry them places. Yeah. And it's just a little mechanic. Mm-hmm. And then the whole game is just teaching you different nuances of the mechanic, and every section starts with the way to move forward, and then the way to move forward being blocked by a completely incomprehensible puzzle, mm-hmm. and then a different side path, and then by the end of the side path, you figured out what
you need to do to progress. Actually,
what verb you already had to get to progress. It's so cool. Like there's a little tutorial where you don't have all three segments, but once you have the three segments, there's no more upgrades, no more collectibles. It is just you're learning how the game works, and that's the entire mode of progression.
Smart boy mode turn on.
It's very cute and not that hard. It's just like pleasantly demanding in the sense of like I get these nice little aha moments. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's any puzzle I was stuck on for more than like 5 to 10 minutes. I think I cleared the whole thing in like an hour and a half.
Oh wow! The aha moment in a puzzle game when you're not frustrated, but you just kind of like a game that can kind of dial into that without having to like rake you over the coals is a real cool idea. I like the idea of pleasant.
There's like 5 or 6 good aha moments in this game. There's like 5 or 6 real good aha moments. And for an hour and a half, that's crazy. Yeah, like that's so cool. Yeah. I was really impressed with this. And it kind of got me thinking like, man, maybe these Steam indies, maybe they know a thing or two.
Maybe they know what they're doing.
Maybe not most of them. Most of them,
no, they really don't. But yeah, maybe some of them out there, they got a clue.
Yeah, there's all the, hey, what if we do 100,000 Vampire Survivors likes about upgrading all your characters?
This thing is popular right now. Let's jump on that.
This little dopamine slot machine is popular. Let's replicate it in 100,000 ways. Ooh, Hades people liked Hades. Let's make 1 million of those.
Yeah.
Look, there's a lot of reasons to be cynical about the commercial indie scene. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of trend chasing. There's a lot of devs that make mortgage their house on one 7-year project, and then it's just okay because nobody knows what they're doing when they set out to make a creative thing for the first time, and it's very hard to get it right on your first try. And then they quit forever because that's a horrible way to go about things.
That is a horrible feeling. There's obviously terrible that somebody put themselves into debt for a project like that, and it's like the passion is there, but you kind of needed to add a little bit of the know-how.
But you never hear those stories. You just hear about the Stardew Valley guy doing it and working out.
Yeah, and even then, Stardew Valley guy hasn't made another game.
He's working on one. I mean, I think they'd update Stardew Valley still.
Yeah, the Stardew Valley is still getting updates. I'm pretty sure. It is still one of the...
That still isn't another game.
It is one of the most regularly streamed games I see on Twitch of people just finding it or just having been playing it for years, and it's just the comfort food video game. But yeah, not made anything new.
Good for them. Not my thing.
I'm just saying that's like the literal 1 out of 1 million odds.
Yeah, it's 1 out of 1 million odds, and the output is still undesirable for me as a player. It's still something I'm not interested in, and that's fine. Not everything needs to be for me, but it's contributed to me just kind of like. I used to play so many, like in 2012, 2013. I was like super plugged in with the rest of y'all. I was playing fucking The Swapper and Mark of the Ninja and Bastion and all these fucking games. And if I looked at my numbers, because I eventually made a spreadsheet, and I just had a massive drop off in the 2020s where I played like 1 2023 indie and Western indie and 2 2024 Western indies. And then like 12 in 2012 and 14 in 2013 Western paid indies. Like that's the subset I'm looking at. The Giant Bomb top 10 bait when they're not giving it to some AAA junk. And so it's like, but there's a lot of little games. Little games like Oooooo.
Cute little tiny little things.
Cute little tiny little games, and I played 15 of them in a row.
I thought I was going to have a hard time picking 10 games for Game of the Year.
You gonna cram all these into one entry, John?
Yeah, no. Not gonna cram them in one entry. I don't think that would make sense, but I'll cram them in on this podcast. But basically, like just running down the list here. After that, I played Storyteller, the Daniel Ben-Mergui game from 2023 that I had played the original Flash version in 2012.
Oh, wow.
And I finally played the version he worked on for 11 years, and it was fine.
It's fine.
It was fine. I played Droken's End of Gameplay. I played Leap Year, which I fucking loved. It's Daniel Linson. I think you played that one. You recommended it to me, I think. That's another game that's kind of like Oooooo, where the big thing is just you have all your abilities at the start, and then the whole game is knowledge collecting, figuring out your verbs. Yeah. It's crazy.
And counting number of block tiles.
I know. Oh my god.
That's like kind of Sylvie Lime-ish.
Yes. I think that's it's in Sylvie Lime you do collect new verbs, but it's a similar kind of I played a lot of puzzle games that I liked. I played this, and this form factor is one, like a bunch of single screens in a grid as you explore the world and learn more about your character and movement. And the emphasis is on knowledge and puzzle solving and not being too hard. Leap Year was harder than Oooooo, but I still, in a couple sittings, I was able to puzzle everything out, and it was really, really satisfying. Loved Leap Year. That's one of my top recs here. So I played Linelith by Patrick Traynor because it was in a bundle with Oooooo and Leap Year. And I didn't see that until after I played Leap Year 2. But he released this 2 months after Patrick's Parabox, which you played, Polly.
Yeah. Great game.
You really like...
just completely missed this one.
Yeah. Well, again, it was 2 months. It's tiny. It's teeny tiny. It's like an hour and a half, probably like 45 minutes for Rhete. And I would describe Linelith as like if The Witness was good. I quite liked it.
This is absolutely witnessy.
Oh yeah. I mean, you gotta play it to kind of figure out the whole spectrum of it. It's very cute.
The screenshots are like, what the heck is going on?
No, that's the point. You just sit and play it.
You watch the video, you get an idea.
You don't want to spoil it too much. I think from footage. I played Hollow Floor. That was a cute exploration based kind of Metroid-y game inspired by VVV and Rhete last year. I had a good time with that. That was by Ahmed Khalifa on HIO. That's Amido's 2006. I had a fun time with that one. This was a slightly rough one where I think the core game here is really solid. I had a bug that made it so that the down arrow key down only worked on my joystick and not on the D-pad, and I was playing the whole game with the D-pad, and left and right worked. And the game has a point where it teaches you what the down mechanic does, like silently, by just putting you in a situation that's impossible unless you figure it out. So I was stuck in this room for like 15 minutes, like, what's going on, until I finally just DM'd the dev, and it's like, oh, press down.
Press down, dumbass.
That's not working though. and down didn't work on the keyboard, because I even tried like switching to the keyboard. It only worked if I unplugged the joypad, then down on the keyboard would work. So I was just like, it's just like this very lovely little thing, but I just got by this bug in a way that was really painful.
It's a very Polly moment there, I think.
So that was fun. I played Strange Jigsaws after playing the demo a year ago for the IGF.
Oh my God.
It was fucking great. I feel like Strange Jigsaws, you played this one, Rhete, right?
Yeah. I single sessioned it, basically.
Yeah, it's real good. I feel like 20 Small Mazes, this is the 20 Small Mazes dev. 20 Small Mazes was fucking great. I think Rhete got me to play that one, and I loved it. I feel like
that's weird if I played one of these before you. I thought you recommended me that one.
Maybe, I'm not sure. I think 20 Small Mazes is maybe more about the puzzles, and Strange Jigsaws is a little more about the jokes. There's a lot of...
It's so silly at the end.
Yeah, the Strange Jigsaws, I feel like it has this big moment halfway through where you like collect the 3 pieces and open up the puzzle verse. And I feel like the strongest puzzles are more gathered in the first half.
Okay, I was like... I definitely thought there was going to be a lot more after that. And then in the end, I was like, why are all the harder puzzles in the first half?
Yeah,
that is weird.
So it feels a little bit like kind of... It feels a little bit like awkward in that sense, I think.
Yeah.
Versus 20 Small Mazes, which feels kind of perfect. But the jokes are really good. and all the puzzles and jokes here are good. It's just a little bit structurally odd. I still loved it. I still think this is a banger. I would play 20 Small Mazes and then Strange Jigsaws. I think they complement each other nicely. I played Electhead by Nama Takahashi. You also had played this one before me, right?
Yeah. And I described it as, if there was one more game in UFO 50.
So I'm kind of realizing that is a form factor that I really appreciate, is like games that feel like they would have been like a top 10 UFO 50 entry. That's like one of my favorite things now.
Yeah, it's a little bit more developed than all those games. Like those do tend to be pretty small, but like playing like Venager and then this was like... Yeah, comparable.
And then except they stayed within God's light by releasing it as a standalone thing.
For like $10 by itself.
Good. Fine. Hell yeah.
Give me Magic Garden for $10.
No, I played a Like Head. I paid $10 for a Like Head, and I felt very good about it. I also played it in one or two sittings. And this one is, I think, about twice as long as Oooooo. I think it's beefier. Mm-hmm. And I think that it's a little less dense in aha moments and feels a little more like more of a normal game than Oooooo does. I still think it's a really good one. I still had a really good time with it. I think they both go well together, and I would happily play anything else this guy puts out. I played one of his itch freeware games in 2018, but I didn't play one of his. I didn't stay plugged in enough to play these games when they came out, though. Yeah. So I don't really get points.
No.
I got really stuck right at the end of a Like Head because I think you have to backtrack to the start. And
oh no, yeah. I got
the signposting was
really
weird.
Hard puzzle.
Yeah,
there's one really hard. I found I found the thing by accident that I was supposed to do, and then I figured out what the tell was, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. Boy, that was hard. Boy, I was stuck there for like 30 minutes.
Oh, no.
Here's one that I haven't seen a soul talk about. I played Time Flies by Playables.
Uh-huh.
And this is a dev that's been going around for years, apparently, consistently releasing little games since 2015. There's this one that Cecile recognized it called Kids.
Oh wait,
you might maybe you saw this one. This one has more reviews, Rhete, so maybe you saw this.
No, Plug and Play is like for some reason a VTuber like staple.
Okay. So this is the norm. Maybe the normies know this one more. So Time Flies is like if Minute was good, but you're a fly and you have a list of tasks you need to do before you die.
I get it. Yeah.
The start of the game, they ask for where you live, and then they say the life expectancy in the United States is 76.3 years, and then you get 76 seconds to complete each level.
That's cool.
It's really fun because this game it's just you die over and over trying to figure out each of the tasks on your bucket list, and then you string a run together where you do all of them in one life. Yeah. And then there's 4 bucket lists like that in 4 zones. It's full of really good jokes. It feels nice. The puzzles are cute and simple. I think the big thing is I feel like the jokes are the big thing, is that the environments are really funny. There's funny interactions. There's at least there are multiple jokes about the fly coming out of or going into a butt.
All right.
Of like a mannequin or a dead body.
I'm in.
There's a lot of like
polybait taken.
It feels like very British. It feels like there's some Monty Python DNA to this. Yeah. And I love the jokes. And then there's like the stuff with the life expectancy. There's just enough of a little bit of like flavor, of like poetic flavor, that I finished it and I kind of went like, and the ending is just like this little cute note that goes just that little bit harder than you'd expect for such a simple looking game, that I had a moment of like, I felt something from that. I felt something for this dopey little game. So I think this one's a banger. I feel really good about Time Flies. And God, they just keep fucking coming.
And they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming. Like Rhete.
Yep.
Accurate.
I played and Roger.
And Roger.
This one's really funny because I looked at the video and
this one.
Right.
And I was just like, this looks like John Poison.
Poison.
But I got it for free, and I was just like, well, it's only an hour long, apparently. Let's give it a shot. Let's be a hater.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's be a fucking hater. Because it looks like Florence. I hated Florence. Florence is that game by, I think, union busting vets from notorious union busting iPhone developer Us2.
Yep.
Worked on Florence, and it's the fucking greeting card ass Hallmark movie ass
God
bullshit.
Look at the visuals, man. It's
fucking hate Florence. And then the big thing is that in addition to the big thing with Florence is that all of the story scenes are presented with like these little WarioWare mini games that symbolize like the conversations you're having on your first date. And to me, I'm like, okay, so this is like dysphoria language, DYS for IA blown up into a full commercial game.
Yeah.
Without any of that game's bite. Instead, just directed in the most like lame possible package. So I hated Florence because I really didn't like how that resolved. I thought it was extremely twee. And Roger, I had a complicated response to, because I think you can. I think it's pretty. I like the art and music. The story is very big feelings melodrama. It is banging you over the head. And I think that, and the subject matter is so sensitive that, I can see, I looked through a bunch of reviews of this one, like on Backlogged and whatnot. And a lot of people had like very negative reactions to the thematic material. It's very earnest. There's a little bit of Christian stuff in it from the dev. And it makes sense to me to be irked by it. It's this very sincere, very one note story. I cried my fucking eyes out at it.
That's all it takes.
I did. Florence didn't.
Good game.
Florence tried to get me and it failed. It tried to be like manipulative one note melodrama and it failed at being that. This tried to be manipulative over earnest melodrama and it succeeded. So I feel like that you get points for that. My big negative is I just don't think. I think the WarioWare art game is a dead end. I don't think this is a good language.
Yeah.
Because when it's an hour long, half of the mini games are just stupid. There's like a stealth mini game. There's mini games where you're like aligning picture frames, where you're doing certain things, and they kind of line up with what's happening in the story, but it's very labored. And then half of them do work. And a couple of them like really work, are like really good metaphors, but the text and audio and story are already so loud that when you also have a gameplay metaphor hitting you over the head,
it starts to feel a little preachy.
It feels preachy. It feels even more melodramatic in one note. And it feels like I'm having keys jangling in my face. So it's like, hey, look, there's gameplay. You don't want to just read a book, right? Here's gameplay. And I don't need that.
Yeah.
I'll just read a Kinetic VN.
Give me the Kinetic VN version of that.
Yeah, it's literally like this is like normie seabed.
Oh, wow. That's rough, man.
That's kind of the
Let's take all the heart and soul out of seabed, basically.
There again, it's earnest. I don't feel comfortable putting in the same box that I put Florence.
Sure.
I think this was sincerely made, and I think that it succeeds on some fronts. I don't really like it. I don't really recommend it, and I don't like this language. I dislike it more for how it goes about telling its dopey story than I do for the dopey story itself. And I think that's where I've differed from almost everybody I've seen. Because whenever I've seen criticisms of the game, it is about the narrative, and I feel like more criticism could be afforded to the Florence language. Because I don't think this is a good train track to be on. I think we should get off it. I don't think we should be respecting it. I don't like it. Dysphoria, I like Dysphoria. Dysphoria was great. It was 5 minutes long.
Yeah,
You don't have time to get tired of it. If you want to tell a game where the metaphor of game language is used to communicate a story, then pull back on the explicit narrative.
Yeah.
Let the
game
more poetic.
tell the story.
Yeah, it's when you're hammering me on every front. I feel like it's just too much.
Yeah.
So that's my Aaron Rodgers thing.
Oh, but you did cry a bunch.
I did cry a bunch, though.
Yeah.
That's what's getting me to
That's always the golden
ticket.
ticket. That's always the golden ticket.
Yep.
I look for two things in a game: going big and crying, and that's so.
I think you'd vibe with that, Rhete. I think you'd have a good time. I think Polly, I don't think this would work for you. That's those are my reads. Hello, friends.
Hello.
You have to check out this game. It's the most innovative shooter I've played in years. Oh, jeez. I played Super Hot.
Oh, hell yeah!
Unbelievable.
Wow. This is a sniper shot out of nowhere.
Well, I played the Jam version in 2013 or 2012. I played that all the way back there.
You played it before it was cool. We get it, John. You've said it 20 times already.
I played Storyteller before it was cool. I played Super Hot before it was cool. Storyteller never really became cool, but Super Hot did. And the Jam version was really good. And the commercial version rips too. I think there's something to be said that the core idea here is so simple that building it out into a full commercial thing doesn't actually add that much versus just playing the Jam game. Maybe I feel like I almost felt like I had those epiphany moments the first time I played the Jam version, and then playing this version was like, oh yeah, this is nice to come back to. I didn't feel too compelled to keep going, but the basic idea here is amazing. If you don't know, it's a first person shooter where time moves only when you move. One shot from anything kills you. So the levels are just like placing you in these impossible situations where you have to maneuver your way around enemies. And it feels fucking great. It's so cool.
So fun. I love the replays when you finish a level and you see what you did sped up to real time. It looks so badass.
It fucking rules. So like it, I think the story's cute.
It's cute. Like it goes in a direction. Like I fully expected that's what that game was going to do when I sat down to play it. I wasn't playing it for the narrative. They have some fun flourishes with it. They play with it with the gameplay in a number of unique and fun ways. But yeah, that game is just. It is a game feel stravaganza.
The story is cute and it stays out of the way.
Yeah, it largely does. Yeah,
and the play feels amazing. So I'm. This is one like I don't know if I'm gonna get like turbo into it like a lot of people, but I'm glad I finally went back and played the full fleshed out version.
Yeah,
because I've been meaning to for ages. Also been meaning to play It'll Do for ages.
Oh my god, going even further
It'll
back.
do.
2013.
Yeah, a game with puzzles that even I played a lot and was just like, this is amazing.
That's a banger. So say it with me, folks. I played Daniel Raymar's freeware games before this, but I never got around to playing this one. Yeah. Well, it's not just Raymar. Like, God, I wish I had his name, but the credits make it clear there's like a main duo here, and then a lot of other folks at Ludosity. I think It'll Do is a game that's where the framing and scope is very, very humble, and then as you approach the end, the full scope of what the game is doing as a piece of design unfolds, and it's like. Oh,
it is a big aha moment.
Oh, this rules. Oh, this is so cool.
Yep.
Now the scope of really enjoying that, I think would require playing through the game several times. I'm not really in the mode for that right now. Yeah. I'm in one and done mode. This is a cool thing. It's block pushing puzzles and verbs for block pushing puzzles, and the way that it plays out. My first read was like, I was in the pro room and struggling really hard. Like, okay, this is a whole 5-hour Zelda game to prep you for one really hard 12-room puzzle script. And it is that. It's also crazy because of the twist with the structure twist with what you need to get through the game. I didn't realize it's a Barbuda like.
Yeah. When you said that, I lost my shit.
I was like, what? And then, oh, right, because I didn't engage with the other paths in that game once I beat it.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, yeah, I found the one path to get to the last boss.
Nope. And I feel like there's a way where that can diminish the first feeling of getting through the game a little bit, because there's all these seemingly like red herring things that don't matter to your progression. And that's true in Barbuda. I feel it's true in It'll Do. So you're making a little bit of a sacrifice there. But in return, you just get this like feast of design where you can play the game in a bunch of different ways.
Yeah.
And and like all the puzzles go from being like one puzzle to being 5 puzzles. That's fucking nuts. That's so cool.
I think the fact that like only 5% of players had those other achievements for beating the game is why they were like, oh, we're going to change it up for the second one.
Yeah. It's not, I remember you explaining this like 10 years ago and why you liked It'll Do one more. But I'd completely forgotten the specifics of that. So getting those big aha moments was really nice. I feel like this is a game where the writing and design is cute. The writing and narrative stuff is cute. The real feast here is in that structure, in how they do that final castle and how it all ties together. It's crazy. That's so cool.
Yeah.
How do you have 1 2-floor dungeon that's that dense with game design? Go ahead, Polly.
No, I'm just agreeing with you. Like that game, like I that is a game that I've always kind of looked back at and just been like, man, that's such a John thing. I feel like he would really like this.
I'm really impressed. I want to go back eventually. I want to finish the pro levels because the puzzles in this game get really hard.
They get real mean.
They get really hard. Figuring out the verb things is crazy. The interactions between the portal gun and the ice gun and whatnot.
That shit gets insane.
I played the Cherry Orchard.
Oh, wow.
My friend of the pod.
Wow.
Yeah.
Manuela Shabanya.
I had a cute time with this one. I read several Chekhov stories during the short story binge. I like Chekhov. I took a Russian lit class in college, so anytime I get back to that world, makes me happy. I want to get more familiar with the bass play here because I wasn't, and this is kind of a funny way to interact with it for the first time. I don't know if all the direction 100% landed for me, but the color palettes and there's a handful of creative choices that really, really worked for me. So I feel like this was a little mixed for me. But it's only an hour. It's a cool way to experience it. I feel like the power of the base story still came through.
Yeah, she's been working on the Seagull for a while, and I know that like she is kind of in the industry now in terms of like working with a lot of big indies and stuff. So I think a lot of her own original works have kind of taken a creative stall. But yeah, like I played an early version of the Seagull and already really love what it's doing, and I'm just like, oh, I really want that to come out because I think what they're doing with it is just so cool.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'd love to see more stuff from them. But again, if they're working full time now doing other stuff, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Cave Idius by Jake Clover. So Jake Clover made like 60 games on Game Jolt.
And we're going to talk about all of them.
in the 2012s to 2017, 2018, 2019 range. And I knew them from their contribution to Experiment 12. So I played I played a handful of their things back in the day. And so when I saw them on Blue Sky and they're like, hey, I just released a commercial Steam game, and I looked at the footage and it looked crazy. It looked like a Jake Clover game. I'll post this one in the chat too so y'all can see. Cape Hideous. So this is a barely interactive. You walk around and there's no puzzle solving or anything. There's no text. There's no dialogue between the characters. You are just vibing in this setting and going through a handful of interactions. And it's like 40 minutes long. I think this one hit me really, really good. Basically just like kind of a 40-minute arty short film. The direction of it, there's a lot of long shots. There's a lot of contemplative moments. There's a lot of moments where you think something really bad is going to happen, and then it kind of pulls back like, oh, no, this is just a day in the life. You feel like you're a member of this crew on this weird Ralph Bakshi pirate ship nightmare. And you're just living your life in this very surreal, strange setting, just going about your day. And I really like the music. I really like the presentation. I really enjoyed it. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to complete Rhete, the Jewel of Faramore before the podcast.
That game is delightful.
I'm very, very delighted. I'm very entranced.
I forgot about that when I looked it up, and I was like, "Oh, this one! I need to play this eventually."
That was like the first game that I played this year. I started off with a game, and I was just smiling ear to ear the whole time playing it. It's just delightful. It's just pure joy. Yeah,
it's so nice.
It's so locked into what those CDI games were doing, but it's not just riffing on them in a terribly referential way. It's just taking sort of like what those games are known for, and it's kind of the jank. I mean, you can actually play it as if it was like there's a mode where you can just play it as if it were like that it played exactly like those CDI games.
So funny.
Oh,
that's
really?
awesome.
Yeah. There's a mode.
I hope it plays better.
It does play better, but there is a mode where you can make it play exactly as the original, because this dev also did the full Windows PC remake of that original game, which is why Rhete exists.
Fucking cool. So fucking good. Yeah, no, I'm entranced. I've still got so many more. There's so many short Steam games. There's so many games that aren't fucking 100-hour roguelike puzzle games. There's just a million like 1 to 2 hour games or 4 to 7 hour games. I think the ones these are longer, but I'd really hoping to get to them on this binge. I really want to play Consume Me, and I really want to play 1,000 Resist. I've been kind of holding off because I keep doing I have the short ones that I'm just chewing through, and I'm having such a good time with that. But I'd really like to kind of culminate the binge with those two, because they seem like absolute turbo bangers. So that's 15. That's what happens when you play 15 Steam games.
That happened. Yeah. That's a lot. Yeah. It's been a month since we last podcasted. So that's like, that's like a new game every 2 days.
15 games for John, 3 for me. And me feeling like super accomplished because 2 of them were like 15 hours.
1 for me.
Well, guess what? And also, Rhete, wait. I finished Oooooo on the 16th. This has been 10 days.
This has been a little. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, we took 2 days off from all of the family. Right. Basically, family left, and we both took 2 more days off of work after the wedding. And we both were just like completely zonked out because we've been entertaining and talking to people for 4 straight days. Right. And so like those 2 days, I played like 7 or 8 games, and then I've just been coming home each day and playing games. And yesterday I finished It'll Do Cherry Orchard Cape Idiots. So that's how it happened in the last 10 days. Is we took 2 days off just to decompress, and I did it playing little games. So feels good. Feels like reconnecting to something that I kind of had stepped away from for a long time. Holly,
what's up?
What have you been up to?
I didn't play 15 games, so I feel like we're closing the show with a little bit of a letdown. So get ready for a real low energy segment. I can't live up to what you got. Banger, 15 bangers. I was like, well,
nah, not 15 bangers. Maybe about half and half.
Maybe. All right. So y'all remember Japanese cartoons? Remember how fun those were? Like in January, my love of Japanese cartoons was basically took out behind the shed and shot in the head.
Fucking the Ave Mujica hate is never going to be funny to me.
This has reached the level of My Hime's ending level.
God,
of this is now infamous. This is now a thing that is ingrained in my DNA. That my absolute just disgust and anger of what they did with Ave Mujica, because that was a show that had so much potential, so many good ideas, and then new director came in and said, but I have a hard-on for this one girl nobody cares about, so I'm going to make it all about her. And then the whole rest of the show just gets completely derailed by it. And angry about that. And I'm going to be angry about that for a very long time.
Forever.
But I am not angry about the next show that I'm going to talk about, because this is a show that consistently made me smile, made me feel refreshed, made me feel wonderful. I am talking about City, the animation.
Pure concentrated joy.
Oh man, when previews for this show started, like I was immediately brought in. The look is immediately charming. It's stylized in this perfect way. Like it captures what the manga looks like perfectly, like in a way that only KyoAni can, I think. Like if anybody's gonna knock this out of the park, it's KyoAni, and like that the characters were cute. It seemed completely chaotic and absurd, and I was unfamiliar with Arawi Keiichi's work, Nichijou. Which I know
everyone else was like, Nichijou successor.
Yeah, like
I love Nichijou. We watched it last year, and we loved Nichijou.
I'd seen some of it. I've seen characters around. I know John's in love with Nano. But
oh my god,
she's so
my
sweet.
love, my light.
She's so sweet. But that's all I knew about it. But and me and Ghosty are currently in the middle of watching Nichijou, so probably talk about that next time. If
excellent.
Yeah, so
have you gotten to the elevator sketch?
Don't think so.
Okay, all right. That's it. That's all I wanted to say.
So City is weird, because I think that like while Nichijou kind of feels like a sketch comedy show where there's like a through line, I think that like City feels like a 4-koma come to life. But it's a lot more nuanced and layered than that. There's running themes and stories that all play out over the course of the series. And everyone's story kind of ends up on a crash course with everyone else's. And the way this happens is always in some incredibly ridiculous way. It's never confusing, despite the fact that it's juggling a lot of main stories at once. The characters are all just fantastic. Every character, I think that it's fair to say you could boil every character down to a one-note joke that, and that might be boring, but the writing just keeps finding new and wild ways to have fun with those characters, still being this weird thing that you initially kind of are introduced to them with. There's a level of development in depth that they're somehow able to pull off, despite not having to stop and have big emotional tearjerker moments or anything.
I really appreciate that. I think that's really cool.
It's also a show where it's hard to say, oh, that's my favorite character, because you just love them all. Like everybody's great. Nagamo's great. Nikura, Wako, Eri, Matsumi, Waku. The list goes on, because it's just literally every character in the show, and everybody gets like a segment or episodes to shine, and it really is. It's hard to describe the structure of this show, because it just bounces around a lot. It is very much like, here's a vignette, here's a vignette, here's a vignette. It's like Nichijou, but a lot more chaotic, despite the fact that this is a very relaxing and chill show.
I was going to say, you think it's more chaotic than Nichijou?
I think chaotic in terms of the way they bounce from scene to scene. I think Nichijou has a relaxed pace, because I think it's telling longer stories that are kind of playing out, whereas City, to me, felt like it was bouncing back and forth between characters and ideas like every 2 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Hence why I think that like it kind of feels like a 4-koma come to life in a way.
I really like that. I think that's really cool.
And I really like the atmosphere of the show where
Yeah, I was gonna say this one felt more like the vibes.
there's a
where
vibe
show-
going on here that I can't quite describe.
Yeah, it's
But
really hard to talk about this.
But I keep describing this show as like, it feels like a lazy summer vacation, but it's very like this is a show that I'm going to like literally watch every year during the summer now at one episode a week, because that's how me and Ghosty watched it, is that we were watching it as it came out. And like every week it was just like, oh, here's another episode of this thing for me to just turn my worries off for 25 minutes and just enjoy.
Yeah.
And like it's a show that just always made me feel weirdly refreshed. It always put a big smile on my face, whether it's being like weird and funny. And there's some tender moments that they get into that, like there's a story that kind of plays out over the course of the story between two characters, and you get to the end and it's this big climax in the final episode. And it is.
They definitely went big for the tearjerker at the finale. I was crying a lot in the last episode.
It was so good.
That's really nice.
The episode 5 is one of the craziest animation flexes I think I've ever seen on TV anime.
I know it's only 5. I think it was 5 or 6.
It was 5 or 6.
Yeah, I've never seen something like that in a show, and like it's weird because that episode starts off really crazy with the tower, and then you're like, oh yeah, people were right, this one's crazy, and then it just goes for the second half.
I'll just say, I won't spoil it, but I'll just say there's like 13 stories going on in 25 minutes, and they did something absolutely amazing with it.
So you think that's going to be the peak, but then there's also the last episode.
The last episode gets there, and you're just like, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing this, because it's a show that you spend a lot of time laughing at it, and it's silly and never taking itself too seriously. But then you're, like you said, you're literally just crying into your keyboard at the end. So good.
Well, the last episode is like 2 sketches.
It's 2 sketches, but
one, and then them cooking till the house burns down.
Yep.
Because when I realized like that bit was going to be the whole rest of the series, I'm just like, oh, yep, perfect. 10 out of 10, no notes.
Yep.
Incredible.
Yeah, this is absolutely, like, spoilers, not going to be an Anime of the Year show this year, because I hated anime this year. Unless Rhete wants to do a show by himself.
Oh, boy. I don't think so.
But
I feel I didn't watch enough this year, and I watched way more than you.
Yeah. Like this is probably like the second or third show I watched this year. So yeah, not a lot.
Number
of anime. Number one, easy. Number 1 with a bullet. City the Animation, and I'm pretty sure Nichijou is going to find its way on there too, because I'm absolutely just loving it. Cool.
It's just magical.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
And what would number 3 be? Like Turkey?
Yeah. Probably, they nailed that.
Just whatever you can do to get Ave Mujika off the list.
Just get out of here. Get out of here. All right, so that's Japanese cartoon time. We did it.
All right. Now we're here for the main event, right?
Now we're down to the one video game I played that can't possibly live up to, Rhete playing banger, John playing 15 games. It's like, what can I do to compete with that? All I did was play a silly little VTuber fan game. That's all I did.
You played the banger of the year. You played the important game. Let's go.
I
played a game that's this is a lot, so we'll just get into it. So I played Chrono Gear Warden of Time. This is a HoloLive fan game starring Oro Koroni. And she's the Warden of Time, and she has huge tits.
She has huge tits. There's one part at the end where I was just like, come on, guys. You have to be so accurate right now.
Yeah, you kind of like have a moment there. It's like, oh, come on. So this game is by Galaxy Trail, who you may know is the devs behind Freedom Planet games. The first of which I enjoyed quite a bit. The second I never got around to playing.
It's crazy just starting off that it's a HoloLive fan game by like professional developers.
Yeah.
With actual like released popular games. That's already crazy.
That's already crazy, because a lot of these HoloLive indies just kind of come from people that are embedded in the community that have game dev chops, and maybe they hadn't had that level. But this is coming from a very widely known studio, and to get an idea of the kind of games Galaxy Trail makes, their biggest influences are definitely, Sonic the Hedgehog.
And Treasure.
And Sega Genesis era Treasure and Sanity.
Yeah.
And this game doesn't stray too far from that formula, but it obviously switches things up because this is more of an action platformer. But you still feel the sonicness in the level design, and the game definitely encourages speed running in similar fashion. So
it's interesting. You can go fast, but it's really hard to at times.
It really is. Yeah, the levels are very intricately designed, and you've got to kind of you got to get your thinking cap on if you want to hit those target times. So the action part of the game it's pretty simple and straightforward.
Yeah.
Crony just kind of beats stuff up with 2 swords, meaning she's already a great character. And for most attacks you just hold the attack button and she'll just perform some 2-hit combo or something over and over and over. And you can schmoove around while she's attacking. It's very
love to schmoove around.
I love a good schmoove.
I don't know if this is sarcasm because I think my biggest knock against this is that you just hold to attack and then just
it's really weird.
Dance around the enemies and you don't really have contact damage. It feels a little off to me.
It doesn't feel perfect as an action game, and that is this game is never going to win any awards for being a fantastic action game. It's very simple.
I would give it an award for being a fantastic action game.
I mean in terms of games that you think of when you say action game that have that are mechanically deep in a way that people like to dig into. This game has that, but it's more in the finding your way through levels quickly rather than the combat being, it's satisfying to engage with on a more nuanced level. Crony also has the Chronicopter, where she can spin one of her swords above her head and you fly and float around, and it also functions as an attack. It's very cool.
It's a double jump.
Yeah, it's a double jump. It's a double jump.
You do it constantly because you have to get around everywhere.
Yeah,
with it.
yeah. She's also got speed up and slow down powers, but they're not in any way as nuanced.
Not Toho Luna Knights.
No, not in any way.
No.
You mostly use slow to slow down enemies and projectiles and platforms, or stop doors from closing after you hit a switch. And you use turbo. The speed up mode does give her a few more extra attacks that kind of come out when you jump. Like she could do a spinny buzzsaw move that's pretty cool. But it's mostly just she's just swing the sword super fast now.
She walks faster.
So yeah, it's no Toho Luna Knights.
No. I think some of the puzzles do dip into that, especially towards the end.
Yeah, absolutely.
There are time-related puzzles for sure.
Yeah, there's a really good puzzles built around the speed-up, slow-down mechanic. And I think that this game would be worse without these mechanics. So, this game, so yeah.
I mean, the whole concept of her being a time-based character,
you gotta have it.
Kind of had to have it.
Yeah, for sure.
And that they had to make it so the slime. When you slow down time, there's a bubble around her, and anything that enters the bubble gets slowed down.
Yeah.
And they had to code every single moving thing to be affected by the bubble. And I'm like, that seems like it would be a pain in the ass because if there's a series of moving platforms, they all have to slow down so that they don't start
to slow down. It's very funny. You can make moving platforms look kind of silly when you slow them down, and they all get bunched up and shit. It's pretty cool. But the level designs are really satisfying and varied. This is a game that's just always mixing it up or something.
There's so much more variety than I thought there was going to be, because I played the first level 1-1, and then I go to the second level, or then you go to the hub, which looks kind of similar, and then you go to the second level and it's a totally different visual theme. I'm going, wait, what?
Huh?
I thought each world was going to be here's what this entire world looks like.
No, they get more than one tile set per world.
Oh God, they get 5 sometimes.
Yeah, it's
every single level is different, and in the few cases where you do go to a location a second time, it's always completely different looking.
Yeah.
It's recolored, or the world tree will go through different seasons.
Yep.
So the first level will be spring and summer tile sets, and then the second version is fall and winter tile sets.
They've done so much work here. There's like so much.
There's so much art.
The amount of art, and that's not even counting like the little up close cutscenes that they get every now and again. Like those look really fantastic. It's just a game with an immaculate presentation. It just looks incredible. It has a great soundtrack. Lots and lots of great tunes.
Dude, the soundtrack is insane because I looked at you collect CDs as like a little unlockable thing. So I looked at the menu and there were like 33 spots and I go, yeah, that sounds right. And then I realized there's a scroll arrow and I scroll down. There's 87 tracks. It's huge.
They make use of all of it too. It is all over the place. This game it never looks and sounds the same for very long. It's always changing. There's always something new and interesting to do. Always something interesting to look at. It's really crazy how they put this much variety in this game. It's was not what I was expecting at all.
It is definitely like feeling the difference between a true passion project and like a licensed game that's being made as cheaply as possible.
Yeah, like it's like, oh, here's our Hololive characters, and they're being cute, and they do some things that are kind of in tune with their character. Whereas like this game is just like all freaking out.
Yeah, the licensed game version where it's like, here's 5 worlds, and they have one boss at the end, and then the game ends.
Speaking of boss fights.
There's so many.
There's so many.
Man.
And most of them are super satisfying, despite the fact that the action game element of this game isn't always there the whole time. It doesn't feel great.
Yeah.
They get... the boss... There's so many cool boss fights in this game. I loved pretty much most of them.
When you said, there are so many, the way you said it, I was like, there's a Polymad one.
Nah, there was a Polymad level that had really bad direction. It was the maze. Like they didn't have. There was a really bad direction there. I think they've gone back and since added some more signs to kind of help point you to where home is.
That one still took me 28 minutes on the timer.
I got 30 minutes on that same level. Yeah, was not a fan.
This level, I had a moment where like I had 9 collectibles and I died. And I went back to 6.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, let's calm down. This game's been really easy so far. Don't like bitch at the first sign of difficulty.
Yeah.
Because I was like, it would be sure nice if the game just put a checkpoint as soon as you get a collectible. But then in like the last level, you have to get 300 of the music notes.
Yep.
And I died, and when I respawned, I had the same number.
Oh,
I didn't have to go get that last bundle I had already gotten.
Oh, that's cool.
So like the fact that that kind of mechanic was already in the game, of like having some forgiveness.
Yeah, I didn't die there, so I didn't know that you that you respawned with your music notes. So I'm
pretty sure I respawned with 290 when I died.
I wonder if they retroactively like went back.
They've
and
been
fixed
changed
that.
a lot.
Yeah, this game has had this game launched on September 11th. Never forget.
Never forget. 1 week after Silksong.
1 week after Silksong, the only indie devs that had the balls to stand their ground. They're the only ones I'm proud of. Get out of here, Demon School. But yeah, like the game has had like 17 major updates since it came out. It's playable though. It's totally playable. Like you will probably run into some weirdness. I got Crony's head stuck in a wall once, couldn't get her out.
Yeah, I fell through the world twice, and one time it dropped to 3 frames a second.
Yeah.
I went, uh-oh, and I paused it, and it fixed itself. And I was like, okay, weird. There was too much happening on screen at once, I guess.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
That's...
It was like everything was exploding, and I hit a checkpoint, and the game just said, hold on for like 15 seconds.
Let me get my breath.
Okay.
So... what I didn't expect was that I would be as wowed as I am by this game's writing and story. So, like I said earlier, it would have been easy to just make this game's story some kind of like lighthearted Toho, and now we're going to drink tea together and laugh at Reimu being poor. They could have done that, and like Hololive fans would have been totally fine. You know, I'll throw in all your in-jokes and, you know, make characters say the thing.
And it definitely is that for the first couple hours, even though I think it's a little bit sharper than that, like how they're using the characters.
I think the writing in this game is very well done.
It's never bad, but it definitely is very pleasant, not much happening towards the start.
Yeah. But then this game's story begins to go hard in a way that I was just... It was like, where are we doing this? Wait, what are you hinting at, game? You are not possibly going to go here. And then the last few hours of the game are just, holy shit.
Holy shit.
It's literally like, how did you do this? How did you make this work? This is a VTuber fan game, and you have written a game climax that is on par with like... and memorable as many other games that I have played with these huge, loud, booming climaxes. And it's crazy. There's real stakes. There's real drama, genuinely heartfelt moments that just upended every expectation. And the gameplay goes with it. The gameplay comes with it. You're doing crazy shit by the end of this game that is just so wild and fun. It's crazy.
Yes.
I love it so much. That treasure insanity dialed up and up and up and up. And it's just, I can't.
There's a boss fight towards the end where they do something that I was like super happy to see because it's always like a favorite trope when it comes up. And then the game just goes insane for like the remaining 3 hours.
Oh my God.
And then it was walking that line of like, this is too much.
Yeah.
I think the last level is a little long because it had a whole last third where I was like, are you serious? I thought. And then it keeps going for like another 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's a biggie. Like that level's like 35 minutes.
Yeah, that was another 31 for me. So like it's walking the line of going too far for as long or significantly longer than the games Johnson's playing.
It's like the best edging you've ever had.
I appreciated that comparison, Rhete.
That's what I'm saying. Though. That's what's crazy about it is like it's 3 hours of going 11 out of 10 loud.
Yeah. God. And they nail it. They nail it.
The whole game feels like, because of the kind of weird combat and like there's so many like one-off gimmicks in this.
Oh my God.
Like, the entire thing. This whole thing feels like it is going to burst at the seams and break at any moment, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
It holds together somehow.
Yep.
I don't know how they did that.
It is amazing. This is a game this game's like just, and I think the thing that's cool is I think that this game is an absolute winner, whether you're a HoloLive fan or not. Like, you may not get all the little window dressing and the references and the winks and the nods, but they also wrote a story that you're able to get invested with everyone. You're able to laugh at these characters interacting with each other because they're not just spouting memes back and forth. You know, there's a lot. There's
a story here.
There's a good ass story.
There's a real story here, for real. Like,
that's so cool.
There's definitely a ton of character overload in the first half where every world will have like its own little story arc and like 5 new characters, and then they stay in that world and you don't see them again. The main story is like very focused on like 3 characters or so. So like you can definitely follow it without knowing any Hololive stuff, and you will probably cry at a few parts.
Oh my God. Yeah. There's some real like nod and wink stuff that they're doing there, and kind of like tribute to people who aren't there anymore as well, that I think are really tasteful. But man, like, I don't even know what to say. This game is kind of just like the biggest surprise I've had this year. Like, I've just, this is not the game that I expected to be talking about like this.
Yeah. We were always like, oh, it's a fun crony Hololive fan game by devs with, actual pedigree.
Yeah.
But not like this.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, okay, I played this last night because I wanted to finish it before the podcast, and I had no fucking idea what I was about to be walking into. Because I'm sitting there at like 3 a.m. like, oh my God, did that just go as hard as like literally any other game I've ever played?
Yeah.
Like the comparison I was making in my head as it was happening was Wonderful 101.
Yeah.
That's like, crazy.
Like, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, this game just kind of stunned me. Like, I was not ready for it to be what it was, because you start out playing it and it's just so unassuming. And then you get to those
Yeah.
points in the story where like the cracks start showing, where it's like something's going on here. Where are you guys?
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna do this? And then they do it.
They do it, and they put their whole ass into it.
yeah. That's,
They don't. No aspect of this is like
there's nothing half-assed here.
half-assed. Yeah. No half measures.
No half measures.
Oh my god! Like the second to last boss fight goes so hard. I'm like, well, that was the end, and then it's not.
Nope. The escalation is insane, and it just
Yeah.
earns it.
And it earns it somehow.
It struts around with the biggest balls on the planet, just rubbing them in your face like, you didn't think we had it in us, did you? The VTuber game. The VTuber.
That's fucking crazy.
If I was Crony, I would be over the fucking moon.
I need to look and see if she's actually beaten it on stream yet, because she definitely has played it for a couple streams, but then
You know how
obviously
VTuber
I didn't
stuff
want to
goes.
look.
Yeah, because you don't want to spoil it.
I did not want to spoil this ending. I'm so glad I didn't.
Yeah.
But then I looked at Bay's latest stream of it because she's on her third one, and she said like, "Oh, 2 worlds left," and I'm like, "Oh, buddy, there's a lot more after those 2 worlds." So she has not beaten it yet.
Yeah, like I said, like if somebody made a game this good about her, she has to just be over the moon. That's so much dedication.
I would feel so fucking awkward. Like I don't deserve a game this good.
Yeah, I know.
Like, bro, why am I in the 10 out of 10 banger?
Yeah, like why?
That's awkward.
How did you write me so well?
That's funny.
Crazy.
Like this is a game. I go check it out if it is within your means to do so,
Yeah.
and you want to play something that's like very treasure inspired. It's got a lot of cuteness to it. It's funny. It's man, they're like the fucking Power Wash Simulator shit. Just fucking like, what? Are you for real?
They looked at Crony and said, "Let's put every aspect of her into this game."
Every aspect of
Can't
her
believe
in
it.
this game. That's just what a game, man. What an absolute.
Yeah.
This is the kind of surprise that like makes gaming feel like, man, maybe we're all right. Maybe
Things are maybe this is a good hobby.
Yeah, maybe it's a good
Oh,
hobby.
definitely.
Maybe we don't have to throw it all in the trash quite yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And any final thoughts on Chrono Gear?
Oh, jeez, there's so much, but like I
It's-
think we've covered it. Like,
Yeah, I don't want to
because
spoil
like
anything.
my early
obviously.
thoughts of this game got wiped out by
Yeah.
the Act 3 stuff, basically.
That whole final part of the game. Like that
'Cause,
last
like, yeah, I really enjoyed like the opening stuff. Go ahead, sorry.
there's a boss fight where you hit go mode and it's like, oh, you just lock in. You can't put it down. You will go. You just go.
Cool.
Yeah, so
I
like,
I did not expect things to get this effusive.
It's
I had
that
some
good.
thoughts last night. I was like,
it's that good.
man.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like my biggest nitpick is that like Bay's world didn't really have a story arc compared to the others.
It was a little. Yeah. Who did you like the most?
I really like Sana's. Because I did that one first, like of the selectable ones, and like that's when I realized like, oh, there's just a lot going on here, more than I already expected. Because like you play Sana's level, and then you go onto a spaceship, and then they have a whole story arc of like, oh, we gotta catch these other characters, and then like recovering the warp drive, and so it's like each world is its own little story arc that's cute.
Yeah. I loved all the Mume stuff. All that stuff was just a delight. Yeah.
Good.
I think it is super weird that Hololive Indonesia has 9 members and 7 of them are in the game.
Yeah.
I'm like, where's Rhete?
Yeah, I'm like, how did she not end up in this game?
Yeah, I understand they can't include everyone. They didn't include anyone who debuted after 2022, which may show how long they've been working on
Sorry,
this.
has Crony? How long has Crony been on
21.
that long?
She started in
God,
21.
Yeah, she's
I feel
been
like,
at
I feel like you just started.
4
I
years.
know. Well, that's how the last 5 years has
Yeah,
felt.
that's kind of how time goes. Time doesn't make sense anymore, and that is a common theme on this show.
Oh well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, they just did their 4th year anniversary.
Yep.
So I have to assume this game's been in the development for like probably the majority of that.
like
for sure.
it's gotta be at least 3 years.
I will check at some point. God, imagine them fucking sweating when the graduations are happening.
Oh my God.
Crony, please, we're making such a banger for you. Don't give up yet.
Don't drop.
This would have been the most awkward release ever.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What a video game. So, yeah, I guess that
Fucking rips. That's so cool.
that is all I got into. And I guess that's going to wrap things here for us once again. So remember, tune in next time or keep an eye on the site because, again, in the first week of November, I will be announcing Game of the Year submissions. So you're definitely going to want to get that. And we want to hear from all of you this year. We want as many as you can stuff down our face. We need it. We love it. We live for the last 2 podcasts of the year, which we're actually recording as 2 podcasts this year.
Oh, we've done that before. We thought about doing them on separate weeks this time, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
was so zonked on last.
Yeah, the
Sunday,
last time it was literally just like, all right, we're doing this over 2 days next time. We are not doing this like in an 8-hour marathon because everybody's dead and miserable by the end.
More like 10 hour by the end.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, last year's was crazy. But yeah, that's going to wrap us up for now. So, John, where can people find you?
Farawaytimes.com.
And Rhete.
Probably replaying Chrono Gear.
Yeah, I think I want to get another playthrough in. Such a good game. But yeah, that is going to do it for us, and we will catch you next time. But until then, please do remember that we are the podcast that loves you. We're the only ones that love you.